In the past weekend, it was just one of the most amazing events that I was able to put together. It was actually for my Nitro chiropractic group, my mentoring group, and it was amazing simply because the amazing feedback that I got. We focused on this event on money. We called it the Money Intensive. And even just saying that, right? Even talking about these clients of mine, what ends up happening is that you get this like cringe. You know, when we talk about money for 2 days, some of the people had a really a knee-jerk reaction or almost a physiological sympathetic response to talking about money. And I find that a lot when it comes to chiropractors, because we are basically caregivers. We get into this profession because we really sincerely want to help people. And we want to help people, so therefore we don't think necessarily about money because we've never been taught. We've been taught in university to basically, you know, create how to help heal, how to create a environment to serve people. And we're people of service. And so when it comes to practice, though, is that should be, people don't think about practice being a business. And without a business, you don't have staff. Your staff don't have a job. Without a business, you have no clients to serve because you actually have no place to service them from. And so I think it's really important we kind of have this clear distinction that just because you're in service doesn't necessarily mean that you should not be well compensated for. And I don't think your patients, your clients that see you expect that you have no compensation for it either, because they actually have to work for themselves to be able to provide for their family and to be able to afford the service that you provide them. And really, when you think about the service that you provide, it's really the value that you give. So you're not getting paid for because of who you are. You're not getting paid for you're not getting paid for chiropractic. You're getting paid for the service and the value that you actually create for your clients. The greater the value that you create for them, and they actually perceive that you're actually getting the value that you're actually offering, then they're more than willing to pay for it. And so really in business, in the chiropractic practice, you're actually serving not only for the people, you're also serving for yourself. And then when you're clear that the money you're receiving is just a notation or just a way of calculating how much value you're actually creating to the world, you're gonna have a much more found respect for what you do. And I think a lot of people over the weekend found it difficult to talk about simply because they never thought of it that way. And what they do is, like, you know, I'm in the sand right now and you see these crabs and they have these holes, and what they do is they hide underneath the sand and they only come out when they need to. And they start, you know, years go on and they forget about, man, like, I'm actually in this to actually create a service for other people and create value, and also got to be able to sustain this and to be able to live in this world. Now, so therefore what they forget is they ignore, they close their eyes against the value that they create, and they close their eyes to actually tracking and measuring on how well they're doing in their business. Because if your business is unhealthy, right, as unhealthy as or subluxated as your clients are, then guess what? Sooner or later, the subluxation is going to catch up to you. Sooner or later, your business is going to go under, and you have no longer be in a position to be able to serve. You are no longer in a position to be able to help your clients. Now, how is that of service? And so you got to make sure is that you're not trying to make as much money as you can. You're trying to service as many people as you can. That's the goal. And so I think it's really important to calculate how much does it cost for you to actually service your client for every time you make an adjustment. So for example, if your adjustment cost is $50 on average to service a client, how much of that is actually in expenses? Have you ever thought about that way? I can guarantee you that majority of the people that when we worked on the weekend, we went through a formula, and we calculated that a lot of people don't realize that, you know, out of $50, you're actually spending about $30 or maybe $40 or even sometimes $45 just to service this client. And for every client that you actually give away free service, you're actually paying for them to get a free service. If you never thought about it that way, you might want to do that calculation. So I just want to be clear is that we got to be okay as chiropractors to be okay with money, because that means that we're creating greater service value of people, and we have to have a sustainable business. If we don't have a sustainable business, you can't, as a chiropractor, can't service the people that you need to see, and they're not going to get better. And if they're not going to get better, the community's not going to get better. And guess what? This profession, it can't service more people. That's the key thing. If we want to make a bigger impact in this profession, and this profession as the primary healthcare givers to people, and we need to see more people under chiropractic care, well, it starts with you. It's starting with you to have a healthy, successful business. You got to have a healthy business that actually creates enough value so you can actually make money so that you can actually go and create more value for other people. That's my belief system, and I hope that you got a lot of value out of this. go to driveyourpractice.com. If you want help with this, honestly, if you want to help with actually getting clear on the steps that you need to do to create a better communication system, to be able to communicate the value to your clients, I think you should go to 2XP Intensive. Go check it out, 2xpintensive.com. I'm coming to Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and also in the UK and Ireland. So we want to go check that out. I'd love to see you there. And it's a low cost, super low cost. Why? Because I'm going to give you a ton of value, because I don't want to have an excuse of money being the issue to stopping you from attending. Whether you're actually starting from scratch, whether you've been in practice for 20-some years. I've got clients with me who's been with me for over, been practice for over 22 years, and they're still getting coaching and mentoring simply because they know the value that I can bring to you in your practice and to elevate it. And if you want that value, I think you should come out. Just check it out. It's one day of your life. It's not that bad, but I'm going to give you the best stuff I got in that one-day intensive. Hope you check it out, 2xpintensive.com. Go check out driveyourpractice.com and share this with your friends and family, okay? Take care.